All right, Shalom. Kohalo, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And Shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. Peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. This is your brothers Kaya Allah, branch down here when you support Pennsylvania, come with another lesson. And I pray this be edifying to the elect. All right. So, in the wake of this whole deal that's been signed by the U.S. And with a member of the Iranian parliament, this has most certainly angered these Amalekites. And we're seeing all this backlash. Their officials, are talking about, the God is going to curse, Nero 47, the because of this deal, because of this whole thing that's been signed. All right. And everybody's split down the middle with this thing, man, because he's completely lost his base. He's lost his base at this point. Whatever is left, all right, whatever is left is the absolute fringe of this group. These maggers that can't think for themselves, all right, outside of what DJ Nero, tells them. They can't think of anything outside of what he says, right? So that's the crazed fanatics. But to the rest of his base, they're completely gone, man. Jump ship and out of there. And they are not happy at all. They are not happy at all. $300 billion was given to the Persians, all right, in order to work on the things, on fixing up the infrastructure and all the things that America destroyed. And that's got to sting. All right, that has got to sting, man. You see that this imbecile, all right, dragged your ass over there to West Asia and got all those soldiers unalived, all your American soldiers, completely done. All right, they're all dead. You see what I'm saying? And then and then after months of this, after months, all right, of humiliation, after months of all these billions of dollars being wasted in this whole endeavor, after months of jumping in front of the cameras saying that the war is over, that we won, and this and that, and so on and so forth. All right, this has been one hell of an embarrassment, man. All right. As a matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. All right. And let's go to chapter 14. All right, Isaiah chapter 14. And let's go to verse 9. It says, hell from beneath. You know what? Let me hit verse 4. I'll jump around here. All right. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 4. It says, the that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? All right, the golden city ceased. So America is definitely not looking good anymore. America is not looking is not looking, reliable. America is not looking glamorous. America is not looking powerful anymore. You see what I'm saying? All the allies of America are most certainly thinking twice at this point. Okay? Verse 5, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He that smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth. All right? Because all their allies are thinking to themselves, why did we allow these jokers to let this get so far? Why did we allow them to get this deep in the hole, you know what I'm saying, and not tell them to fucking stop? You know what I'm saying? And so now they're thinking differently about their alliance, about their allegiance. You know what I'm saying? So prophecy is about to take place. All right, it's about to ramp up quickly. Verse 9, jumping down to verse 9, it says, hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Okay? And all these nations are going to turn against America. All these nations. You see what I'm saying? Because this whole Trump regime has done far too much. It's done too much, man. All right? It says, all they that speak, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. You see what I'm saying? So, as a result of this colossal blunder, these Amalekites are finna take things, they're finna take matters into their own hands. All right? And as I brought out in a previous lesson, okay, according to one of those former Israeli spies, these Amalekites are about to they're about to pull the lever. They're about to pull the lever. You know what I'm saying? And open up the floodgates of these files that they've been holding on to. You know what I'm saying? All right. And if that happens, you know what I'm saying? If they show the real hot and heavy stuff, I mean the real heavy stuff, the stuff that nobody wants to be shown. All right. If they expose that, you see what I'm saying? Now you can begin to see how Second Esdras chapter 15 and chapter 16 are playing out. You know what I'm saying? Because these jokers that's not going to regard their kings nor princes, you know what I'm saying, the course of their actions going to stand in their power. All right, it all makes sense. These people are going to be pushed so far over the edge. You see what I'm saying? And they're finally starting to realize that there is no voting your way out of this, man. The whole system itself is rigged. You see, they're starting to realize that. So that's where the scripture comes in, all right, that the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. They're going to take matters into their own hands because they can't trust either side anymore. You see what I'm saying? They can't trust either side. You sitting here talking about, well, all we gotta do is just vote for the Democrats now, and this and that, and so on and so forth. All right. If they open up the floodgates with these files and show these people on both sides of the aisle, on both sides, on both political parties, man, You see what I'm saying? If they show the heavy hitting stuff, all right, then yeah, the people would lose their faith in the system as a whole, and everything shatters. Everything shatters, right? But that's one aspect of this. Okay, another aspect would be to directly, all right, directly cause an FF event. Okay, an F flag event. You see what I'm saying? And everything's in place to, for that to for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, this is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And these Edomites know that they are out of time. All right, they're running out of time. These billionaires like Bezos and Elon, you know what I'm saying, they're getting inside rockets, you know what I'm saying, trying to break the firmament, you know what I'm saying, trying to escape. All right, you got these lesser illuminaries and these lesser billionaires, you know what I'm saying, trying to secure bunkers and get out the way. You see? So let's listen to this real quick. Bear with me.
So Iran is now openly claiming that members of the Epstein class are going to attack America. I'm just going to read this to you. This is an actual So Iran is now openly claiming that members of the Epstein class are going to attack America. I'm just going to read this to you. This is an actual verifiable tweet from a man named Ali Larijani. And Ali is the secretary of the Supreme National Security Council of Iran. So he is one of the most powerful individuals in all of Iran. And he's extremely plugged into intelligence. So obviously he knows a thing or two about a thing or two. Now keep in mind that this could be a lie. This could be propaganda. However, I am going to read this to you. And to the TikTok censors, this is verifiable information and a developing news story. So Ali tweeted, I've heard that the remaining members of Epstein's network have devised a conspiracy to create an incident similar to, I'm just going to let you read that number because I don't want to get censored, and blame Iran for it. Iran fundamentally opposes such terrorist schemes and has no war with the American people. So this is coming from this guy, one of the most powerful individuals in all of Iran. And as we know, Iran has been talking a lot about the Epstein files. And, Iran is actually mentioned in the Epstein files a number of times.
Right. So that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Keep your eyes on the prize, man. You know what I'm saying? And remain circumspect because it's about to get heavy. All right, it is about to get heavy this summer. It's about to get heavy this summer. Okay? This summer. You see? It's going to be crazy. All right? What we finna see in the coming weeks to months, you know what I'm saying? It's gird up your loins. All right? Gird up your loins, man. Because they're gonna try and sabotage whatever deal this dude got in place. You know what I'm saying? They're going to they're going to do what they are programmed to do. They are going to complete what prophecy says that they're going to do. You see what I'm saying? Man's goings are of the Lord. All right. It's the Lord that musters the host of the battle. All right, and these jokers going to play their part. They are going to play their part. These Amalekites. Let's go to Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 49. All right, Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 20. It says, Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. You see what I'm saying? All right, it's already become abundantly clear that their greatest puppet couldn't get the job done. It's already clear that their puppet, you know what I'm saying, is being shown as a blundering fool, you know what I'm saying, before the masses. So it's time for them to enact these enact Plan B. All right, to enact Plan B, because this is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 7. It says concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? All right, the world is looking at these Edomites, man, and they're saying like, dude, this is absurd. You know what I'm saying? There are these Amalekites are losing all types of support around the world. All right, they're losing support like crazy. Nobody supports them. Nobody loves them anymore. Nobody comes to their aid anymore. Everybody can clearly see that they control the whole of U.S. Policy making. You see what I'm saying? So everything is out there in the open. Isaiah chapter 25 and verse 7 tells you that, man. The veil has been removed from everyone's faces, from everyone's eyes. Right? Jeremiah 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. You see what I'm saying? In this last ditch effort, you see these Amalekites pointing, these Edomites as a whole, I should say, these Edomites as a whole pointing the finger at each other. At each other. You see what I'm saying? It's a house divided, man. They're pointing the fingers at each other. You see? This is how you know that we're at the end. And their kingdom is coming apart. Right? Egyptian shall rise against Egyptian, man. The Lord shall set Egyptian against Egyptian. And it's about to get crazy out here, man. You know? Here's another piece of the puzzle. Bear with me. All right, this is reported from BBC Headlines 360. It says, breaking. Iran calls Russia and China. All right? Iran calls Russia and China for signing the deal with the U.S. Both are now witnesses of Iran. The U.S. cannot violate the ceasefire now. Why? Because both of these heavy hitters are gonna jump into the fray. Are gonna jump into the fray as a result of that. Okay, everything is at a pivot point. Okay, where the Lord is about to put the chess pieces in play. All right. The Lord mustereth the host of the battle. Let's get that. Isaiah chapter 13. Okay, and I'll close this out. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 4. It says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle, and he's using Amalek to draw them out. As we read in Jeremiah 49 and 20. He's using the least of the flock. The least of the flock would be these so-called Israelis. You see what I'm saying? They are the least of the flock. This is a country that's been established for roughly 80 years. You see what I'm saying? So by extension, it's still a very young nation. And this very young nation has caused the whole world, all right, a heaping pile of shit. A world of chaos. The world is on fire because this one nation, all right, of imposters who decides to cause this chaos and mayhem. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell you in Revelation, the 6th chapter, all right, that red horse who was given the power to cause, all right, cause chaos and confusion, okay, and take peace from the earth. All right, that's these Edomites, man. As a matter of fact, with that, I want to get this one last video. All right, bear with me.
At one point, Putin leaned in and he said, and he doesn't blink, by the way. He said, you know what your problem is? You look at us because we look like you. And then he went like this and he leaned back. Everything he does very dramatically. We look like you. You think that we think like you, but we don't. We are different from you. We другая. He said it and it was like, whoa. And we were like, he wanted us to know we don't think like you.
Hey, you see? that's heavy, man.
At one point,
I gotta hear that again.
At one point, Putin leaned in and he said, and he doesn't blink, by the way. He said, you know what your problem is? You look at us because we look like you. And then he went like this and he leaned back. Everything he does very dramatically. We look like you. You think that we think like you, but we don't. We are different from you. We другая. He said it and it was like, whoa. And we were like, he wanted us to know we don't think like you.
Hey, man. Yo, this the Lord, man. This is the Lord. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful to see the way that this is all unfolding right before our eyes, man. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful to see it. We are almost out of here, man. We're almost out of here. This is Ezekiel chapter 38. All right, Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse, let's get verse 4. Let's start at verse 4, man. I can't start at verse 4. Let's start at verse 3. It says, shit. Man, I got to get the whole thing, man. I got to get the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? You can't read Ezekiel chapter 38 without reading the whole meat. You know what I'm saying? This is Ezekiel chapter 38 in verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against it. And as our beloved apostle, elder apostle Tahar, you know what I'm saying, broke it down, you know what I'm saying, when you go into the Hebrew for chief prince, okay, that goes into Ra'ash Shar, okay, Ra'ash Shar, that's where you get Russia. You see what I'm saying? Russia. Verse 3, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with them, all right, with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. All right, it begins with Persia, the Iranians, Ethiopia and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar. All right, that's going into the Turks, Turkish. Okay, so Turkey is going to leave the alliance in NATO. You see what I'm saying? NATO is about to be disbanded. And they're all going to join Russia. You see what I'm saying? And China, by the way. It says, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. You see what I'm saying? Russia is going to be the nation that leads to charge against Babylon the Great. You see what I'm saying? Let me jump down. It says, verse 10, thus saith the Lord, power shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages, and that place is America. America is that unwalled village. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. You see what I'm saying? You think that you're safe because you're encompassed by all this water. You're enclosed by all this water, and you think that nobody can touch you. All right? But that virgin daughter of Babylon is going to be touched. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna cut that there, man. Let's listen to this one last time. All right? And we're gonna close this out. Call hello Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Ruchakwadash. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
At one point, Putin leaned in and he said, he doesn't blink, by the way. He said, you know what your problem is? You look at us because we look like you. And then he went like this and he leaned back. Everything he does very dramatically. We look like you. You think that we think like you, but we don't. We are different from you. He said it, and it was like, whoa. And we were like, he wanted us to know we don't think like you.